Welcome back. A Sopranos star has a hot take on politics in Hollywood. She says that celebrities are terrified to speak out against the left. Joining us now is Sopranos star and ultra-free apparel founder, Drea de Matteo. Great to have you on with us today.
Thanks.
You have spoken up as a conservative woman. You speak up, and even despite the fact that, you know, they come after you to a certain extent, a lot of people in Hollywood, like the George Clooney's of the world, they do have power, but other people have kind of shrunken back, not wanting to be vocal. Talk to me a little bit about what the climate is like right now.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I'm still a super liberal. So I feel like it's time for us all to come together. But a lot of people on the left are afraid because that voice is, but listen, I mean, George Clooney, Meryl Streep, all of these huge celebrities endorsing war, supporting Dick Cheney's. And I don't understand the inversion and how people have flipped unless they're under the gun, so to speak, or that they really understand what's going on. I find it hard to believe that people like George Clooney or Meryl Streep don't actually know what's going on. And maybe they should use their bank accounts to support what's happening in the world right now.
Well, and you've said they've just lost touch with what Americans care about. Has the gap widened over the years between Hollywood and what's happening in the rest of America?
I think that Hollywood is meaningless in all of this. I think the American dream is on hold. I feel like Hollywood is dead. The music industry is dead. There's no cultural, artistic movement speaking out about this. You don't see fine art. There's usually protest art about wars and censorship, and we're stagnant right now. And I find it interesting to see these celebrities that are endorsing a situation that is the antithesis of what they once stood for as celebrities, sort of, and freedom of everything, speech, art, integrity. I question their integrity right now.
You also mentioned that you are a business owner. What has it been like to operate a business in this environment?
Well, people, you know, we're being called everything from white nationalists for supporting freedom. And I find that so interesting that that's the culture we're living in right now. So, you know, we're hippies for humanity. And it's like, where did the hippies go? I don't understand where everybody disappeared to. So we're trying to bridge the gap between left and right. And we're actually having a big rally in D.C. on Sunday and Saturday. Saturday is the anti-war rally, and Sunday is all, you know, it's going to be a ton of amazing speakers talking about how we need to come together right now and fight this monster, which is unelected officials all over the place. And it's called Rescue the Republic. And please come hold hands with us and join us so that we can maintain our ultra freedom.
I think you're highlighting something that's really important, which is the polarization in the country, where the left and the right can't even sit down and have an honest conversation or a debate and just talk through issues anymore. And when you get to that level, I mean, where do you go from there? Just final word.
I feel like I started to call them the left behind liberals. I'm a liberal, and I can sit here with conservatives all day, and I was about to curse, and you know, and shoot the, you know, but
The stuff.
The stuff, yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Listen, I bring the rock and roll of the conservative movement right now. Okay, that's my job.
Thank you so much for
Great
stopping
stuff.
by. Great
Thanks
to see
for
you,
having
Drea.
me.